Hello, this is Club Belly, and that's not wasting time getting started because I'm excited to be here in this webinar training for you on how to get new clients for your barbershop or salon without passing out any flyers or nagging clients for referrals, right? I read some of the survey results. You're passing out flyers, right? You know, you don't want to nag people for referrals, um, and you haven't been really advertised. So I want to share with you exactly in this strategy if you're interested in finding out how to get people to call you and schedule an appointment every day, say yes in the chat box. Because I want to show you exactly the same strategy that I'm using for my private consulting client. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing for him. Say yes in the chat box right now. Let's get this started. All right. Now, I want to share with you doing this whole thing. While I type in the chat box, I'm going to tell you a quick story about my private consulting client, Scott, which I'm going to show you his exact example and exact results throughout this webinar.
Good day, everyone.
All right. Now, he quit his full-time job as a sales consultant from a phone book company. Excuse me. I'm so excited. I'm just getting all tongue-tied. I apologize. Slow down. Slow down. All right. So he could pursue his dream of becoming a successful barber. Scott knew to the barbershop where I get my hair cut, right? So I know the owner. Owner cuts my hair, and the owner had two empty chairs. So he gets a new barber come in, and it's Scott. So for about 6 months, I believe, I can't remember the exact time, I saw Scott. I could swear I think I saw him cut about 5 heads throughout the whole time in about 6 months period. Now I'm sure he cut more heads than that, but when I was there, I only seen him cut like of 6 months. I go so at least 12 times I've been there. I go twice a month. I probably didn't see him cut like 5 heads. Half the time I only see him cut a head. So I asked Scott one. I said, "So what are you doing to get clients, man?" Excuse me. And he mentioned, yeah, I'm passing out some flyers. I'm thinking about getting a lawn sign. I'm thinking about maybe doing a newspaper ad. And I'm asking for referrals. So mostly he was just asking for referrals. He really wasn't doing any of this other stuff. He was just thinking about it. I'm like, dude, you just came from the phone book company, man. Don't you really know something about? Don't you know anything about advertising or anything? And I guess he didn't. So I just let it go. So a couple months later, I asked, how it was going, and I already knew the answer because there was no one in his chair. So to make a long story short, he decided to start working with me. To implement an omnipresent market strategy, which I'm going to show you throughout in this presentation of this webinar. So here's what Scott has to say about the results that he has received since we've been working together for probably about 2.5 years now.
Fourth year as a full-time barber, and the reason I'm doing this testimonial is based on the help and impact that Claude Bailey has had for my business, mainly by managing our internet presence. And within the last 3 to 4 years, I've gone from sitting and waiting and hoping for customers to come through the shop to having to turn customers away. Working 12-hour days nonstop, and I owe a lot of that large in part to the help of my brother Claude Bailey.
Man, time goes by fast, man. He said we worked together for 3 to 4 years. I guess it was back in 2012, 2013. Yeah, I guess it has been 4 years now. So anyway, I'm working for the guy for 4 years, man. Now he is busy. He is happy. He's set. He's got his clientele coming in. He's got a steady flow of new clients, steady flow of repeating clients. So he's liking it. He's liking the pace. He's liking what he's receiving. So you saw what Scott has received. Now, are you ready to hear exactly how I did this for Scott? Type yes in the chat box if you're ready. Hey, I like a lot of feedback, so I'm gonna ask you guys to do this. Type in the chat box a lot, just so I can see you guys are flowing, not falling asleep, and seeing that you're paying attention. Because what I want to share with you, I feel is really important. So I want to make sure that you're still there because I can't physically see you with my own eyes. So please, please, please type in the chat box if you're ready. You want to know what exactly I did for my private consultant client, Scott. All right, now while you're waiting to see your responses, let me tell you a little bit about me, and to be completely transparent, getting results from my clients like you has taken a lot of faith, time, and work. As a similar story as Scott, I decided to leave my first successful automobile engineering job for more freedom, like most entrepreneurs. As you can see here in this picture, the one over here to the left in the car. This is a Corvette chassis body, but I'm testing a brand new engine in it. Back at the time, it's back in the late '90s that I'm doing this. And I'm in the car test driving it. You can see a little bit of the smoke coming back out of there. I'm doing a burnout. That's what I'm doing. Then you see the top right here picture over here. I'm in a dyno test cell, a noise attenuation cell, and we're doing some testing on a supercharger. And that's what you see there. Supercharger, doing some testing on a supercharger. And then you can see down the bottom is doing some, prep work for the supercharger testing. So I had a great career, doing automotive work, and that's what I went to school for. I'll be honest with you. Got my degree, engineering degree, mechanical engineering degree, and I got my automotive engineering master's degree as well, in that field. And I'm doing a great job, but I wanted something more, you know. But during that time, with me searching for what I wanted to do more, see, back in 2005, I went through a severe divorce. It's like the worst period of my life. I was so worried about the well-being of my daughter that I filed for divorce and asked for full physical and sole parental custody. And I remember my lawyer asking me when I went to him for the consultation, he says, "Are you sure you really want to ask for full parental custody?" Because most parents, at least fathers, most courts prefer to give joint custody. And I thought about it for a second. I said, no, I want full custody because that's how much I felt about making sure that my daughter was raised right. And so I asked for full custody, and he looked at me kind of strangely, but I knew if I didn't ask for full custody, then I'll never get it. So one thing I learned is ask for what you want, because if you don't ask for it, you'll never have a chance to get it. And so I asked for it, and I said the worst thing could happen, right, is I get joint custody. But if I at least ask for full, I have the opportunity to get full. And the worst thing could happen is that I get joint custody. So because I didn't really want my daughter to be raised in a marriage. And the reason why I filed for divorce, y'all, because I really didn't want her to be raised in a marriage where me, the husband, her father did not love her mother, and I didn't want her to be witness to unhealthy marriage. And I want her to notice a very loving, caring, and I want her to see her father, me, loving a woman, how she should be loved when she gets older and gets married. I wanted to have that comparison, that good comparison. So she go, "Oh yeah, I remember my daddy, how he treated my mom and how he loved her, blah blah blah." I want her to, think that what I was doing, no, I didn't want her to think that no love was good love. You know what I mean? So that's why I filed for divorce. But it was totally, it was terrible, y'all. It was terrible. I heard stories about divorce being terrible, but it was terrible. And I really don't recommend it. But in certain cases, it might have to happen. But I don't recommend it. So I just make a long story short. I remember praying like it was yesterday. I remember praying to God. I said, "God, you know my heart. You know how I feel about raising my daughter. You know I promised to raise her up in the way that she should go. So when she get older, she will never depart from it." That's the scripture. Uh, but I also know if you feel she's better off with her mother than me, then I will accept it and be at peace with it. I'll tell you, that was hard for me to say the last bit, but I knew I had to do it. I let it go. I need to be at peace. And after I did that, I was at peace. And a couple weeks later, my lawyer called and said, "This has never happened before." The court called and said, "If we don't come into court soon, they're going to drop the case." Okay. So, so we went to court, and I was granted full physical and sole parental custody, and the biological mother has no visitation rights. So I share this story with you because it's the first time I realized the meaning of stepping out on faith. As entrepreneurs, that's what we do every day. We step out on faith. Now, I knew the desired result, but didn't know the path in between. Similar to deciding to become an entrepreneur. You want to be a successful barber hairstylist. You want to have a successful hair salon. You want to have a successful barbershop. You want to make this amount of money, but you really don't know the path in between. But you go do it anyway because you're stepping out on faith. That's what I learned during that whole process. That's why I'm sharing this story with you. Um, and you learn to be at peace and overcome the obstacles. Right? I still think entrepreneurship is the quickest and the best thing for anyone to do. Not everyone can do it, but it is the best thing and quickest thing for anyone to do. So let's fast forward now to September 2009 when I took the faith and I decided to walk out on my own as a single parent at that point now to start my marketing consulting agency. Now, my first confidence booster was helping a friend successfully market their business and get interviewed by a local newspaper in their hometown, the Oxford Leader's name of the paper, and it helped them start selling racing engines. I think they said it generated about $100,000 revenue. Excuse me, that first year from this newspaper article. And I remember how I did this. Well, all I did was press releases. I did press release. So they got a race shop. They would go racing in the summertime. Started in like early March into around September. But I remember when it first started. in March of 2009, I would write a press release saying, "Hey, Illinois Racing Engine is going racing at this location. This is their first race. Blah 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 blah. Here's what we want. Here's what we expect." Boom. And then the next race will go 2 weeks later. And I'll say, "Hey, here's the results from Illinois Racing's first race. Da da da. But we're expecting this. Blah blah blah. Come check them out." Boom. Another press release. I just kept on doing that. Then I did a blog, right, as well. So every week, every 2 weeks, I do every race week. I'll do a blog before the race, and then I'll do a blog after the race. All right, and I will do that for every race season. So by June, actually, I got a phone call from the editor of the Oxford Leader, said they wanted to interview Illinois Racing Engines, and they did a feature story. I think they were featured on the second page of the Oxford Leader, big full page second story ad that continued on to page 14. And the locals of Oxford in Oxford, Michigan, they loved it, and they started flocking to him, and my man was happy. So that was my first confidence booster. Y'all remember your first confidence booster? That first hairstyle, that first haircut you did that built your confidence and said, "Yes, you can do this thing." Well, this is my first confidence booster. All right. So one thing, like I said, you just walk out on faith. If you have faith and you know what you want and you align yourself with the plan and you're ready to do that, just type amen in the chat box for me. Give me an amen. All right. I'm gonna make it a little fun. Type amen in there for me. All right. Now let's go quickly what you're going to learn. So I'm going to teach you the 21st century way of getting phone calls for appointments and walk-ins so you can take care of yourself and your family and have that freedom that you so desire. Okay? Now, I'm also going to go over the 5 myths that are holding you back from getting the number of clients you desire. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the exact 3 steps to getting clients that I gave that I have that I'm doing for my private consultant client Scott. And doesn't include passing out flyers, and he doesn't have to be salesy or pushy and ask for current clients for referrals. All right. So I'm gonna show you that 3-step process. Now I give you a quick warning. This only works for local businesses, brick and mortar shops. That when I say brick and mortar shops, I mean that the business must have an address that is not their primary residence. This is specifically for barbershops and hair salons. So if you're not a barber or hair salon, you should just go ahead and get off this call. It's not for you. Now, I must tell you this, that my results I'm going to share with you, the results from my private consulting client are not remotely typical. Now, I'll also let you know right now, if you're skeptical, you don't need your wallet. I'm not going to sell you anything at the end of this. So no money is going to be required at the end of this webinar. So get that out your head. I'm strictly going to teach you, show you exactly the steps, and all I'm going to do at the end is if you're interested in becoming a private consulting client, I'm going to share with you how you can have a one-on-one with me for free. All right, that's it. That's my sales pitch. Okay, that's it. No money. All right. So let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this webinar. Well, shall we? So, all right. Oh, one more thing before we go into the teaching. You're going to get a free bonus for staying all the way to the end. So everyone that stays to the end of this webinar, and I have a way of tracking to see if you stay to the end. All right, we'll get a 3 bonuses. You're going to get a copy of the slide deck, top right hand corner, top left, right hand corner. And at the bottom, you also get a copy of free access to my online marketing checklist. So if you have a website and stuff like that, and you want to figure out how to boost your marketing online, I'm going to give you a copy of that for free. And then I'm writing a new book right now called Turning Clicks into Clients. And it's right now in editorial stages, but I want to give it to you right now. I want to get your opinion. That's what I'm going to give it to you. So I'm going to give it to you right now. It's in editorial stages, phases of the book release process. So it's going to be some grammar and spelling mistakes. Please excuse that. Read it for the content. Let me know what you think. All right. And so now go ahead and grab your pen and paper and a calculator because you're going to need to write some stuff down and do some calculations. Okay. All right. All right. While you're grabbing your pen and paper, I want to just quickly go over some results from my private consulting client, Scott at BS Barbershop. Now, don't write this stuff down because you're going to get a copy of the slide deck when you stay to the end. So let me just explain this chart to you. So what you see here is a chart, a 12-week chart, as circled in red, from Google stats for BS Barbershop, my private consulting client. You can see here, 12 weeks in red, he had a total of 86 calls that were tracked by Google. Now, this doesn't mean these are all the calls they received. This just means these are calls that are tracked by Google. I have this whole omnipresent strategy that I consult with Scott with, that where his business is everywhere. So he's getting phone calls from just more than just Google. It's from other locations as well. But this is from Google. So if we were just to use Google, you would see they got 86 phone calls in 12 weeks. You take the 86 phone calls divided by 12 weeks. That gives you 7 calls per week. 7 new leads a week are calling him saying, hey, man, I want to learn more about your barbershop. Hey, I want to make an appointment. All right. And mostly people that call are saying, hey, I want to make an appointment. So on average, he's getting 7 new customers a week, which means he's getting 28 new customers a month. 28 new customers a month. Imagine you getting 20 new customers a month. What would that do for you? So let's do some math here, okay? You get 20 new customer months. How much do you charge per cut or hairstyle? You know, I pay $20. I pay my barber $20 every time I get a haircut. So let's use me for example. If I pay $20 for a cut and I go twice a month, so that's at least $40 on spending and getting haircuts. So let's go. 28 customers times $20 times 2. That's $1,120, right? So what I want you to do, I want you to write this down. Now, $1,120. Now, as you write this down, I want you to go ahead and change the number. I want you to just put in what you pay. Not what you pay, what you charge per customer. All right? And put that number in. And I want to know what it is. I want you to write it down in the chat. But as you're doing that calculation, I want you to think about this. Imagine what that number that you just calculated, what would that do for you? It should be over $1,100 a month. What would more than $1,100 a month do for you? What position would it put you in financially? A better position? Pay off debt? Maybe afford a new release payment? What about saving? Maybe you can start a savings plan. Deserve vacation. What would it do for you, man? Maybe buy a plane ticket, go see your family members, go on vacation somewhere, go far. What would it do for you financially? Would it be a better situation for you if you got 20 new clients a month? All right, type in the chat. I want to know. Type in the chat what that means to you financially. What that means to you. Type that in the chat. As you type in that chat, I want you to listen. All right. Now I want you to know, by the way, that's like I said, that 28 or those 7 new leads a week, that's just 7 people that call. That doesn't mean I got more people that request directions. Requesting directions means they probably want to know exactly where that barbershop is located because, as you know, in your industry, in the barbershop industry, there's some people that just like to walk in and see if it's an open spot. I'm not that guy. I like appointments, man. I'm like, I know I need to be somewhere at 8. I'm going to be there at 8. I supposed to get my hair cut by 8:05. Okay? If I say 8 o'clock appointment. Right? But you got some people that like to walk in. Hey, man, go with the flow. So those people requesting directions. You can see there's more people requesting directions than there are people phone calling. These are people that are going to the shop. These are walk-ins, people. Walk-ins. You can see there's a lot more people doing that than phone calls. And you also got people visiting their website. Who says you don't need a website? Okay, you got people visiting their website. You're gonna see someone that said, we'll talk about it later, but I hear some people say you don't need a website. If you have a website, people are gonna go to it. So why not have it? All right. So I'm for that. So let's talk about the myths that you might have been believed about marketing online. Okay, first one, you don't need a website. Okay, look, I just showed you in that chart that people are clicking on the link that goes to a website. So who says you don't need a website? Well, I'll tell you who said it. Gabriella Hawkins said you don't need a website. She said, I don't think you need a website. I said it a million times. Ask Albert. I don't know who Albert is. Anybody know Albert? So I even try to ask her myself. Right? I said, who's Albert? I go, hey, Gabriella Hawkins, why do you think you don't need a website? I didn't get any response, but hey, some guy down here, Chris Barber, said between Style Sheet, Google, and Yelp, who needs a website? Right? And then you can see my comment down here again, 24/7 online marketing, right? I basically say, you're correct. You don't need a website, but if you don't really want to make money, don't have one. But if you really want to make money, you want to brand yourself, you want to reach your ideal client, you want to boost your online presence, you want a website. The search engines love it when you have websites because that provides information. Search engines are in the business of providing information. They're nothing but a huge electronic library. They make their money off of providing information. The more information they can provide, relevant content, good information that people like, they will boost you in the search rankings. It will put you at the top. If you don't have a website, they can't really get a lot of information, and no one just wants to see an address and a phone number. They want information. Think about it. Would you click on a website if you're searching for something? Yes, you would. I bet you would. Okay. So you need a website. So when people say you don't need a website, I don't believe that, man. I think the reason why they say you don't need a website because they think it's too expensive, which is myth number 2. Websites back in the day were pretty expensive, man. I'll tell you. But if you want to get a custom website design, it will cost you anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. And this is something I found on the internet as of February of 2017 of this year. Okay, that's a custom design website. Now I know if I would do a website for somebody, a simple website, custom made, do it. It's gonna cost you at least $1,200. I probably charge you 15, 1,600 bucks for it. All right. Now expect to pay between $300 and $1,000 for a template customization. So let's say you say, "Hey, Claude, man, I got this custom template. I have it here. Can you fill the content in for me?" I'm gonna charge at least around $1,000 for it because it's time consuming. All right, you're paying for the time. All right. So now the next. Before I go off of that one, let me just show you. So you think it's expensive? You can pay anywhere from up to $10,000. You can be anywhere low three, but you can also get one for free. So they got free stuff out here. I told you, the website not as expensive anymore. You can have one for free now. There's some limitations for some of this free stuff. So if you use Wix.com, it's a free website. They got some templates here. As you can see here, they got 3 templates here: Shave Shop, Nail Salon, and the Barber. You got these templates you could choose from, and it's free from top upper right hand corner. You see it's free, but there's some restrictions to that. You don't get a free custom domain. You get a free Wix domain, which means if your barbershop name is, let's say, Johnny's Barber, your website will be johnnybarbers.wix.com instead of johnnybarbers.com. It might not switch you, but if it does, if you want some more better branding, then you have to pay for that, and you pay anywhere from $5 to $25 a month for using their templates and getting their premium plans. Okay, but I got one even better for you. You can even go to the point where all you do is you get a free host, you get a hosting account, and you buy these awesome templates for under $99, and then you hire somebody to go in there and fill the content out for you, or you do it yourself. It's just $99, so it's really inexpensive, man. You get stuff done for under $100. But even better than that, you can get one created for free through Google and StarLogic, which is a hosting company program that gives you a free 1-year website with free custom domain name and free hosting. So that means for free, you have a website. I mean, literally for free, you have a website. I've done it with some of my private consulting clients. So if you don't have a website, I will do that with you. You get a free website, which means you get a nice design. You get a free domain name or a free custom domain. So if you're Johnny Barbers, your website domain will be johnnybarbers.com, not johnnybarbers.google.com. It will be johnnybarbers.com. And then you get a free hosting for a year. So if it doesn't work out, all this information I'm giving you tonight, and you try it and it doesn't work out after a year, you said, "No, what, this ain't working. I don't want to be a barber. This ain't working." You can cancel it. But even if you don't cancel, you're only looking at paying no more than $15 a month for it. It's cheap, right? That's one head for you. That's like half a head, probably. You get one haircut a month and you pay for your website a month. It's cheap. All right, myth number 3, you have to blog every week. The scenario here is no, not really. To be honest with you, it all depends on your competition. Okay, if the competition is blogging, then you have to blog. But there ain't too many hair salons and barbershops blogging. So right now, for my private consulting clients in the barbershop industry, I say no, you don't need to blog. I didn't blog for Scott. He didn't need to blog, and he's getting a lot of clients. I'll show you in a little bit. So you don't need to worry about that. Don't worry about blogging. It's fun if you have the time, you want to do it, blog. But if you don't worry about it. You don't need to do it. Before I tried all this online marketing stuff before. I have a website, no traffic. I tried social media channels, blah, 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 Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. No traffic. Pinterest, not enough traffic, right? And I asked yourself, how much time do you dedicate doing this every day for 3 months? Were you consistently disciplined and doing 1 to 2 hours every day for 3 months? Because unfortunately, the results come with time. It's not a get rich quick scheme. If people if people presented that to you, like, yeah, you just go on Twitter, throw some pictures, dude, and you don't get a bunch of clients. I've seen those pictures before, and trust me, I even fell for them when I first started out, and I tried it, and it didn't work. It doesn't work. But what I did was when I realized, okay, if I'm gonna stay consistent, come up with a decent plan of how I'm going to use these channels and what's really working on these channels and what people really want from these channels, and do that consistently every day for 3 months, then I will see some results. And I did, and I will. And I don't use all these channels for every industry. Some channels I use, some channels I don't. They're not all relevant. I believe in the 80-20 rule, and I'll put 20% of the effort in the things that give me 80% of the results. And I'll be honest with you right now, Twitter is not what's giving you 80% of the results. All right, just a little hindsight. I like Twitter, but don't spend a lot of time on Twitter or Instagram and all that other stuff. All right. So the last one is So all this thing is, the reason why you might be passing off flyers because you're scared of paying for advertising. And a lot of people are because they know billboards, yellow page TV commercials, yellow radio commercials, even some online advertising. It can be expensive, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You can waste a lot of money. But the true question you need to ask is, what is going to be your return on your investment? This is an investment you're making in your business and your future and yourself, right? You went to beauty school. You had to pay for that education, but you expected something back in return for it. You expected to make money back in return. Advertising the same way. You're going to advertise, but you need to expect to make some amount of money back from it. If you don't make money back from it, there's two things that happen. One, where you are advertising does not, what we like to call in the marketing world, your market match is off, either because you're advertising in the wrong location and none of your ideal clients are looking for a business like yours in that location that you're advertising in, or two, your advertising copy is irrelevant to your ideal target customer. Those are the two reasons why your advertising will fail. But if you do it right, you put your advertising in the right location in front of the right people, and you give them the right message, should make money off that advertising. So the question you really need to ask yourself, if you spend $1, how much are you getting back in return? If I had $3 in my hand and said, John, please give me $1, I'm gonna give you these $3. First, you're gonna look at me like I'm an idiot, right? You're gonna say, what the dumb is this? But you would say, okay, here you go, here's $1. Give me my three, right? You just made $2 for nothing. That's how advertising should work. That's the mentality and the mindset you have to have. All right. And this is extremely important because I'm telling you right now, paid advertising is the quickest way to make money when you know what you are doing. All right. And I tell you that I use paid advertising in my marketing strategy for my private clients, but it's where I do paid advertising in the right spots with the right message. And I did the exact same thing for Scott, and it gave him great results in the first month. All right, let's move into the exact 3 steps that I implement for my private consulting clients like Scott of Biz Barbershop. Okay. I'm going to share with you the exact 3 steps. They're very simple steps. And here they are. The first one is positioning. You position yourself in front of your ideal target market. The second one is you need to just demonstrate your ability to get the job done to make their hair look wonderful. Okay. And third, you need to command them on what you want them to do next. That's it. And the webinar's over. We're done. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm going to go in more detail here. So let's talk about positioning first. So you need to position yourself everywhere your ideal client is searching for a barber or hairstylist so you can easily be found by them. Okay, so where is your ideal client searching for a barber or hairstylist? That's a very logical question you're probably asking me. And I'm going to tell you, the good old friends of Google have this thing called a Google Insight tool called the Customer Journey Path. Now, if you look to explore the market channels for a small business that is in the beauty and fitness industry, like a barbershop or hair salon, that is in the United States, this is how their purchase decision is influenced. So we start from our far left to this is where they start out, and then you go to your far right, and that's where they actually buy or do a transaction of service. Okay, so a person that's in the beauty and fitness industry starts off searching for a business in organic search. They're looking online. Okay, and I want you to pay attention to the big gap. Organic search. The next thing there is generic page search. Then you got email, and you got brand page search, and then you got referrals, display click advertising, and then you got direct. They basically either call directly, go directly to the website, or to make the transaction. So the very first thing, if someone's looking for a barber or a hairstylist, they go to the internet and type in barbershop or hairstyle or hair salon. And that's the first thing they do. So, are you on the internet? Because if you're not, I'm telling you why this is so important. Look at right here under barbershop, the far left hand corner, circled in red. We have 2,972,640 average monthly searches for barbershop, for the keyword barbershop, with 2 words. Keyword barbershop. There's 2.9 million searches a month in the United States for under the keyword barbershop. 2.9 million people search for barbershop. That's where they're looking. They're on the internet. They're not looking for a flyer. Once again, I told you, advertising is not working because no one's looking for a flyer and they're looking for a barbershop. They're looking at the internet to find a barber. Okay? Same thing with hair salon. Look, hair salons even more. There's 5,328,290 searches a month in the United States for a hair salon. Okay. Now here I marked underlined in red that these searches are recurring mostly on mobile devices, not the computers, not the tablets, on mobile devices, which means one thing. When people are looking for a barbershop or hair salon, they pull out their phone, say barbershop, hair salon, and looking for the closest barbershop or hair salon that's near them, where they live or where they work. Okay? That's what they're doing. They're doing it on a mobile device. So remember I said the whole thing about you don't have a website and all that good stuff? You gotta have a website, man. Because if your website's not mobile friendly, it's gonna hurt you. I'm gonna show you why. Because smartphones have changed the world now. The number of smartphones have passed the number of personal computers. That's why more people are searching on a mobile device than they are on a computer or tablet. 94% of people in the USA with smartphones use it to search for local information. Now, why are people using mobile? Because 81% of the people surveyed said because of speed and convenience. Think about why you use your phone to do searches. Do you even have a desktop anymore? Okay. Even when at home or at work, 77% of people still search using their smartphone. Think about it. You're at work, you're in front of a desk. If you're a desk job, you're using your smartphone instead of your desk computer. Or even at home, using your smartphone while in front of the TV. So now, why is this important to you? Because 20% of mobile search results excuse me, I can't spell. In a store visit, a phone call, or a purchase. This is very key for you. So if someone's searching on a mobile device, they're going to come to your store. Remember that chart I showed you earlier where we got more people searching for directions? That's why they go straight to the store. They want to go straight to the shop. Or they do a phone call. Okay, in your case, this one purchase, they usually can't purchase online, but they might want to make an appointment online if you have appointments booked online. Okay? 20%. Now when people use mobile search to help them make a decision, they are either 50%, excuse me, I screwed this all up. When people use mobile search to help make a decision, they are 51% more likely to make a purchase, 57% more likely to visit a store, 39% more likely to call a business, 30% more likely to visit a website. All right? And this follow activity happens fast. 63% of mobile search follow-up occur within 1 hour. Gee, so if someone's looking for a barbershop at 8 o'clock in the morning, by 9 o'clock, they made a decision to either go to you or not. Okay? 84% occur within 5 hours. They look for a barbershop at 8, they look for an appointment by 12 or 1 o'clock. All right? That's how fast it happens. That's why it's very important. All right? Now, you might not think this happens in your industry, in the beauty industry, right? Yeah, Claude, man, this thing works for everybody else, but it's not going to work in the beauty industry. I'm going to tell you right now, the top 5 industries that benefit the most from mobile search are beauty. This is Google, man. This is from their Google data. Beauty is the number one industry that benefits from mobile searches, which is why Scott, my private clothing clients, are doing so well, man, because I hooked them up. Top 5 industries. Another one is the auto industry, okay? Travel industry, food industry, and tech industry. All right. So beauty's at the top. Now, here's its catcher though. Now, Google will penalize your website in the search rankings if it's not mobile friendly. It's gotta be mobile, right? Because people are on a mobile devices. It doesn't look mobile friendly. They're gonna penalize you. They're not gonna list you up the top. They're not gonna list you number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. They're gonna list you on second page behind everybody else that has a mobile friendly website. Okay? They don't penalize you. Therefore, if you don't have a mobile friendly website, you're missing out. If you don't have a website, period, you're missing out. But if it's not mobile friendly, you're even missing out even more. Okay? To ensure your success, though, Google created a free mobile friendly test tool. So if you have a website, you want to know if it's mobile friendly, go here at this google.com webmaster tools mobile friendly site, or just type in Google search, type in Google mobile friendly tool, and it'll take you right there to it. You type in your URL, and then it spits out if it's mobile friendly or not. Here's a comparison. Here's a site that I did for my private clothing client, Scott. And it's mobile friendly. This is the one I did free with the Google partnership with Start Logic. Totally free. It is mobile friendly. I would expect it to be mobile friendly if Google partnered with it, right? Here's another barbershop. One of my private consulting, one of my private consulting clients, competitors. Here's their website. It's not mobile friendly. Think I'm at an advantage? Oh, you better believe I'm at an advantage. Okay. All right. So it's not mobile friendly. If your website's not mobile friendly, that's why Google's so cool to tell you how to fix it. All right. So it's real simple. Don't worry about it. Just check it out. See, it's free. You get the slide deck at the end. Remember, if you stay to the end, you get the slide deck so you know where to go. All right, now you need more than just a website. Okay, it's cool to have a website, but I'm just telling you, man, it's like having a house. It's like having a storefront in a location where no one goes. It's the same thing. Just because you have a website, doesn't mean anyone's going to go to it. They got to be able to find it. So you need to position it everywhere your ideal clients are looking for a business or barbershop or hair salon. Okay, so there are 77 websites outside of Google where people are searching for a business like yours. All right. 34.7%. Just I don't know why I put it like that. I just want to be all accurate, but just say 35% of searches occur outside of Google search. All right. So that means outside of Google, remember I showed you $2.9 million, 2.9 million dollars, 2.9 million searches occur a month in the United States. All right. That's just in Google search. That's just so of all the searches that occur on the internet, 65% of those searches occur in Google, which is 2.9 million for barbershops. There's still another 35% out there that are outside of Google. Okay. So this is why it's important for you to be listed on those other websites. And here's two reasons why it's important for you. One, to capture the whole 100% of the market. So you'll be found on all their search engines. All right. Not only just the Google search engines, but all the search engines that are out there. There's more than just Google. There's Yahoo, Bing, and countless other small ones. All right. So you want to make sure you not only capture the 65% of the market, but you want to capture the 100% of the market. And then two, Google trusts these other sites. Google uses these sites as what it calls authority sites. They're reference sites. They are authority sites for Google. So Google goes to these sites, see if your barbershop or hair salon is listed on these other sites. And if it's not listed on the other sites, it doesn't really trust that you're a real business. And sorry to say, I mean, I hate to say it like that. Because simply, this is where Google is searching to see if you are a real and reputable business. Google considers these sites to be authority sites. Therefore, the more sites your business is listed on, you'll get more love from Google search results. So the more these other sites you're listed on, Google will push you. Google will give you love by ranking you higher in the search results. Okay. Now, once you get listed on 25% of these websites, I recommend boosting your positioning quickly with Google pay-per-click advertising. Why Google pay-per-click advertising? Because look here, man. Remember I showed you the graph before? I said, okay, where are people starting at? They're starting here at organic search, and that's where you're going to start. You're going to start listing your business and all these other stuff out there. Get your organic, get your website good, and get your website more friendly. You're going to start listing your business information on a bunch of different other business directories and stuff like that. And then you're going to start doing paid advertising because that's where your customers going to start clicking on those links as well. So you want to be there. You want to be part of the customer journey. If you're in both spots, that's branding, man. You take up more of the page. You take up 2 spots on the page versus just 1 spot. You want to do that. Okay. You want to dominate if you want to dominate. Okay. You want to dominate. So that's what you want to do. That's step 2. Okay. That's why you want to do it. That's why you want to do paid advertising. It's not that expensive if you think that it is. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to get referrals. Okay. You want to position yourself and you want referrals or what we like to call online reviews because what they do is help your positioning on the internet. All right. So why did I say that once again? Because look, your ideal client is looking for referrals. Look here. After paid search, generic paid search results, and after email and brand paid search results, there's referrals. Hello, referral. Okay. In the barbershop industry, you're not going to do emails. Okay. You're going to do referral. You can do emails if you do appointments. You can do that. But look, they're looking for referrals, man. They need a referral. Where do you get referrals? You get referrals from online reviews. You got online reviews right in front of them nowadays, right? So online review is very important because what online review does, your client and Google are using online reviews to determine if they can trust you and where they should position you in their priority of who they should do business with. Okay. So people use the ratings. People look at the ratings. So let's say you got a 4-star, 5-star rating. They look at that rating as a sign of trust. So if you got a 5-star rating, that means people trust. That means you're trustworthy. You do good work. You demonstrated to somebody that you do good work, and they like your work. It's a sign of demonstration. It's kind of bleeding into the second step, but it's very important. It's also in your positioning because when Google sees that your online ratings are great, they say, "Well, this person is a trustworthy person. People trust them, so I'm going to boost their positioning in the search rankings. They're going to push you up to the top." That's why it's very important to get these online reviews. Okay. So let me just tell you a quick story about my private consulting client, Scott. Right? I put together, and this is what I do for all my private consulting clients, and I will do it for you. Is I put together a little template of of a review card. Okay, when your customer comes in, give them this review card, have them go fill it out. They can do it and go to these places online to fill out a review. Okay, these 4 places they can go. They can go anywhere they want, but these are the most general places where you can go. These are also the places that have the most weighted authority by Google search results. Okay, so I gave him this nice template from the printout, and he didn't do it, man. He didn't. He never printed. He never passed it out. Excuse me. He felt that it was too pushing, too salesy, and that wasn't his style. He just felt too pushing and salesy with doing it. He never did it. But guess what? They didn't change the results, man. He still got online reviews. He got great reviews for it. It worked. He got online reviews. I mean, push for online reviews, so you don't need to push it. You get good reviews. So he received, and in the years that we've been working together, he received 19 total to date at the start of his presentation. I think actually I think a couple more came in since I made the snapshot. He got a couple more. So he got more. He's got like over 20 reviews now. And look at the reviews here. You got 4-star, 5-star, 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 4-star, 3-star. I remember that. I actually remember that 3-star one. I was in the shop, and I remember that girl when she left that note. As a long story, she basically had some very rude kids, and the owner of the barbershop was trying to correct the kids so everyone in the environment was safe. But the cool thing about online reviews is that I actually respond to every one of them on their behalf. So I remember that bad review, that 3-star review. I remember how to respond to it. And it was very precisely clear, like, hey, look, we want to make sure that all of our customers have a very wholesome environment they're in. We want to make sure that it's safe for all customers. We're sorry that you felt that way, but we want to make sure that all of our customers are safe. And that's how I left it. Good as that. And ever since then, you still get good reviews. People see it and they see you're human. It's always important to respond to online reviews. If you don't have me do it, I do it for my private coach clients. I would do it for you. But if you don't have me do it, then you should do it. You should do it. If you get online review to it. Even if it's a good one, respond to the good ones. I respond to every review, the good ones and the bad ones. There's not very many bad ones they receive. That's probably the worst one they receive. And here, you know what? Let me tell you a quick story about this one. I forgot. This was a 5-star review now, but when it first went on it was not a 5-star review. It was like a 1-star review. And I remember seeing it immediately because I get it comes all reviews from my private consultant clients come directly to my phone, so I can see them. I know it right away. So I saw it coming in. So I called Scott and I said, Scott, hey man, you got this bad review, man. You know this guy? Who is this guy? What happened? He said, oh man, this dude called me. He he wanted an appointment, but I was out of the shop. I didn't have my appointment book with him. I told him to give him a call back later to see what time. I know I can't make an appointment today. It might have to be tomorrow, but I'll get a call when I get back into the shop. I said, okay, did you call him back? No, I didn't call. I said, okay, all right. I won't respond. I'll let you call him back and we'll see what happens. Okay. So he called the guy back. He made an appointment with him. I said, so Scott called me. He said, call me that night. He said, yeah, I made an appointment with Eric. He's coming in tomorrow. I said, all right, I won't respond to the review. We'll see how the haircut goes and see what he does. And sure enough, after the cut, boom, December 24th, day before Christmas, he was coming in from town. He was visiting from Chicago for the holiday. He needed a cut at the last minute. Scott did a great job on my hair. I don't take many risks when it comes to trying new barbers. However, I'm glad I decided to go to BA's Pound Professional. All right. And here's my response back. All right. Thank you, Eric. We're glad we could get you scheduled and look forward to your next visit. Boom. That's it. This is a bad review that turned to a good review. People can change their reviews online, so don't be scared of online reviews. They are a gold mine, and I'm getting so excited. They're a gold mine of online marketing. If you do a great job, people are going to say great things about you. As simple as that. If you're afraid of getting online reviews because you're afraid you're going to get bad reviews, then dude, that means you're not doing a good job, and you should want to do better. And you shouldn't be in business if you're afraid of getting bad reviews. That means you're not trying hard enough to please your customer. All right? So once you get your positioning done, you need to demonstrate it. So now you're in front of your customer. All right? They found you online. They're on Google on their own mobile phone. They're on the Android on their iPhone. They type in barbershop or hair salon near me. Boom. You pop up. You got their attention. You're in front of them now. All right. Now you got to demonstrate your ability now. They see you got some online reviews. Maybe you don't have any online reviews, but they see you there. None of your competition have online reviews yet neither. So they see that you're there. And you caught somehow you're top. You catch their attention. Now what do? Now you got to demonstrate your ability to make their hair look great. So you probably wonder, how do you do this, right? So it's very simple. Pictures, man. Pictures speak 1,000 words. You need to have a lot of pictures of your work on your website. Here's the exact website that I created for Biz Barbershop, my private consulting client. Okay. You see there, first thing you see, boom, at the top of the fold, the top part of the page, you see a picture. Boom, right there. Okay. Behind this other, right, and you see another picture. Then below, there's some verbiage. And then there's 3 more pictures, right? And then I got a whole gallery of pictures. This is just half the page. I predominantly made pictures. I said men's haircuts, signature haircuts, kids' haircuts. I made those pictures. All right. That shows their work. That demonstrates their ability to cut hair. Man, that's a nice cut. That's a nice fade. Oh man, I like them. I like them lines in there. I like that signature cut. That's kind of sweet. Oh man, they do kids too. That's a clean looking cut. And I try to show different type of hairstyles, right? So oh, okay, they do real straight hair too. Okay, cool. They do all kinds of. I show that. You guys demonstrate your work. It's your portfolio. Your website is your portfolio of your work, and people want to see your work to see if they want to come to you or not. See if they can trust you with their hair. I mean, dude, you don't want to mess up nobody's hair. You know how it is, right? So you can not only do you want to put a picture on there, you can put videos on your website if you want to. There's really no need to. If you got good pictures, just show pictures. But you can also not only do it on your website, you can put this on your social media channels like Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. But I'm telling you, man, I don't spend a lot of time putting pictures out there on Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter. When I initially started my conversation with them, I said, let's try Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook. They wouldn't give me any clients. It wouldn't do anything. Everything's come from Google, right? I mean, and some of the listings that we were on, like Yelp, some of these other ones, we added the pictures there. But I'm not using some of these other traditional social media channels. It doesn't. It doesn't really. It doesn't pass my eight. It doesn't pass my 80-20 rule, where 8% of the clients come from 20% of the work. All right, and 8% of the clients are coming from Google, Yelp. Okay, that's where most of the clients are coming from. All right. So get some pictures out there. That's how you do it. All right, and you don't need no fancy website. You need a fancy website to show your pictures. Remember, this is the website I create for free with the Google Partnership Program. That's their template, all for free. Okay, so you can do it. All right, now once you got those pictures out there, you demonstrate your work. It's time to tell them what you want. Tell them what you want them to do. Tell them. You like my work? Okay, here's what I want you to do. All right, I want you to make an appointment today. See right here, the arrow there. I gotta make an appointment. See, make an appointment today. Call this number, or I even got down there. You can text appointment to this number. All right, and that's what's happening. Tell them what you want them to do, and they will do it. They like your work. You got their attention by positioning yourself in front of them. They go to your website. They see your work. You got good online reviews. They see your work. Now you just tell them, dude, I earned your trust. You can trust me. Make an appointment. You put it right there on the website. That's it. That's how Scott's getting his results. I position them. I demonstrate it. And now I'm commanding them and I'll tell them what I want them to do. All right. So here, look, here's some results here. Last 30 days in January, beginning of January, okay? For Biz Barbershop, my private consulting client, here's what we got here. In green, he had 15 visits to his website. Those are the green markings. In the yellow color, he got 47 requests for directions. And then blue is 18. He had 18 calls. 18 calls in a month of January in those 30 days. All right, that's 18. That's just 18 calls. And that's just 18 calls that Google tracks, right? So those are people that actually click on the phone number and on the Google search engine results. They click it so Google can track that. That's the 18 calls just from that alone. So so what would 18 new clients do for you financially, man? Let's do it. Let's get the calculator out again. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Let's do the math. All right, 18. I paid $20 for a haircut. Somebody's going to use 20 for example, but I want you to put in your own number. 18 times the number, the price you charge for a haircut or hairstyle. So in my case, 18 times 20 is $360. Now, this is being conservative. Once again, I go twice a month. Most men that get their haircut go at least twice a month. All right. Now, when you do a great job, they come back and get their hair. They come back to you. So they come twice a month. So within 4 weeks, dude, that's $720 from 18 clients. Not bad, huh? Now let's think about this too. That's just low end. Think about this. Now, what if one of these clients was a dad with 2 boys, like myself? Let's bring those boys in. So now that's, 24, 60. That's $60 right there from one phone call. So it even goes up even more. Like I said, these numbers are conservative here. All right. So type in the chat how much money for 18 new customers bring you. Type in the chat. How much would that bring you? Type in the chat. I want to know. I've been talking a lot here. I need some feedback. I need some feedback. Type in the chat, please. Okay. Now remember, these numbers are conservative, right? So remember, I told you there's 14 visits to the website. Okay. Google can't track the number of clicks that are on the website. So I could have had 14 people clicked on the phone number. I commanded them to do it. They might have did it, right? Now I got requests for directions. I got 14 people that asked for directions to the shop. They're walk-ins. Those are a little harder to track, right? Online because they walked in. But I know that question directions. I know that he's getting some traffic to the shop. He telling me he's getting traffic. He telling me he's getting walk-ins. I know he's getting walk-ins. He's telling me. I see it here. He's telling me he's getting walk-ins. It matches up. My private client's getting walk-ins. You're getting walk-ins from me now. All right. So it gets even better here. Remember I told you 18 clients, but here's the real numbers, dude. Here's the real numbers of the amount of traffic he's actually getting, the people that are calling to make an appointment. So here's my back end report where I track, like I told you, I track these things. I track this stuff. So I know how the results are working, right? So I know over the last 12 months. So we're in what month is this? We're in March. So we're in March, right? So from March, I think I'm putting this together. So I think I took a screenshot here on March 19th. So March 19th down to April 19th. So past 12 months. You can see here in January, before I told you, he had 18 new phone calls just from Google that Google was tracking. But look here, 39 is the actual number of people that called in or texted. So remember on that command thing I showed you, call or text, that 39 people that call or text. And I'll tell you that most of them were calls. Not a lot of people are texting. I maybe got like 3 texts a month. So most of these are phone calls. So 36 people made a phone call. So yeah, I told 39 people ask for an appointment. Okay, calling the shop, calling them. I want an appointment. It's 39 people. All right, now look at here. That was kind of a slow month. Look at the average. Over the past 12 months, you had 496 people coming in looking for phone calls. That are calling or texting. If you take 496, divide that by 12, what does that give you? That gives you 41. That means he's averaging 41 new requests for appointments a month. Now tell me, imagine what 40 new customers a month requesting appointments would do for you in your shop, in your business, and financially. What would it do for you? Tell me. I want to know. Tell me. Type in the chat what it would do. What would 40 new clients a month bring you? Or what would it do for you? Tell me. Come on, I'm tired of talking. I need feedback. I can't see what you're doing here. I need a drink. While you typing in, I'm going to get a drink of water. I need a drink of water. So I want you to do it. All right. Starting to see some results come through here. That's good. So if you really, now if you really can cut or style hair and make people look fabulous, okay, you might be wondering how you can implement all these tactics and strategies I just showed you. You want the same results that I do for my private consultant clients. You want the same results. You want it quickly and you want it easily. Type yes in the chat if you want to know how you can implement. Let's go. I'm waiting. Okay. All right, you listen to me. You've seen the results of Biz Barbershop. So you know what I'm saying can help you. So what I want to do is go over exactly how you can implement. Is that okay? If yes, type yes in the chat. Now, what I showed you, the exact system I implement for my private consulting clients. And if you like me to help you implement everything we've gone over, I will be so delighted to do so. Now, here's how we would do it. I set aside some time to personally design and tailor the omnipresent marketing campaign for you for free. I begin by listening to you. I find out what your challenges are, what your revenue goals are, and what you want to accomplish. And then I design the omnipresent marketing campaign to get you there. I do this by reviewing your current digital presence, analyze your target customer, and mapping out your current appointment strategy. And then use everything I learned to design a custom omnipresent marketing campaign that's specific to your business. And then I give you a complete custom blueprint with a digital presence report showing exactly how your new campaign works. Why am I willing to do this for free? In the full interest of full and complete transparency, This is how I get clients. Instead of trying to convince you to work with me, I prefer to help you in advance for free and let the value of that experience do the selling for me. Now, after you get your blueprint, one of these three things will happen. The first possibility is you think the blueprint is no good and I wasted your time. This has literally never happened, but in the event you feel your time was wasted, I will immediately send you $100 as compensation for the half hour or so we spend together. Now, a second possibility is that you might decide to use the blueprint to build the new omnipresent marketing campaign by yourself. And if that's the case, I wish you the best of luck and I'm happy to have served you and have helped you. Now, the third and most common scenario is you're so thrilled with the blueprint that you ask me to build the entire campaign for you. In the event this is your decision, here's how that will work. I'll literally build everything for you. It's all done in-house. Nothing is outsourced. All work is either done by me personally or under my direct in-person supervision here in the office. I craft your website content and structure personally. I create your marketing hooks and call to actions for you personally. I review, tweak, and list your business on 77 plus websites where people are searching for a barber or hairstylists such as yourselves. This includes monitoring your online reviews and crafting a response for each one. Literally everything, even including the pay-per-click advertising on Google to boost initial clientele for you. Everything is done in this campaign, in this blueprint, and it's built and perfected specifically for you. This also includes all the tech stuff. That means call tracking numbers, so we can measure your phone calls, analytic code, so we can measure your website visits. This means integrating appointment calendars if you wish, building the web pages, setting up the follow-up system, literally everything. If this is the path you decide to go down, you might be wondering about the cost. Now, if you decide you want me to build the complete campaign for you, and if I decide we are a good fit, and I'm 100% positive, that I can help you, if that is the case, the monthly service is $297. We'll meet online using Webinar Jam. It's the exact same platform that we're on now, so we can share some screens and files. During the meeting, I'll ask questions and use your answers to create an omnipresent marketing blueprint for you. I'll do this in real time with you present, so we can really create something transformational in your business that will grow your digital presence and grow your clientele at the same time. Now, when our meeting is over, I'll email you the blueprint as a PDF so you can use it as you see fit. From there, you can either use the blueprint to build the campaign by yourself, or we can discuss having me create the entire campaign for you. And in the event you think I wasted your time, I will give you $100 as compensation. So you literally have nothing to lose by getting this blueprint done for you for free. With that in mind, click the planning button in the chat window to get started right now. So you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. But here's a catch, and it is a big catch, as you probably knew one was probably coming. The catch is I can't help everyone. In order for me to do this work, you need to meet some strict but reasonable criteria. First of all, this is not for beginners. You need to have an established business with a physical location that is not your primary residence. So I don't want you to be working out of your home. Second, you need to have enough financial margin to invest at least 3 months into the marketing campaign. Because this strategy will typically take 60 to 90 days before you will see significant results. And lastly, you must be the owner of the barbershop or salon. Now, if you meet these 3 simple rules and want me to personally create your free custom blueprint, here's what I want you to do next. Click the planning session button at the bottom of the chat window. You'll be taken to a brief form. It's super simple. It takes about 45 seconds to complete. It just gives me the basic information about you and your business and what you're looking to accomplish. I use this information to prepare in advance for our call. Once I have that information, I will call you to set up an appointment in approximately 2 business days. We'll meet online using Webinar Jam so we can share screens and files. During the meeting, I will ask questions, a lot of questions, listen to your answers to create a blueprint for you. Now, are you ready to start working together? Click the planning session button at the bottom of the chat window. Now, as promised, since you stayed to the end, you're going to get these 3 free bonuses. A draft copy of my new book, Turning Clicks into Clients. Now remember, it's still going through the edit stages, so you might find some grammatical errors in there. Please excuse it, but the content is still solid. You'll get a copy of the slide deck and a free access to the online marketing checklist. So if you're ready to start working together, click the planning session button at the bottom of the chat window. Thank you. That's all I have for you, and God bless you.